For starters, I figured I would start with cross multiplying because most students have a fairly good grasp of this concept. I'm not 100% sure of what age we're at here, but students do seem to know that fairly well, so I figured I would start with cross multiplying and get them to a stage where they just have the x plus 3 on one side, and that way they can work from there and find the common denominator, which I am also assuming students have a fairly good grasp of. However, I entered that in the vocabulary section. Also cross common denominator and cross multiply in case students did not have a good grasp on that. From that point on, I had students getting, once they had their common denominator, looking at using FOIL to expand, which you can see right here, when they had to do the minus 3x plus 3 times quantity x squared minus 1. It's working with FOIL. It's not. It's involving an x squared in this case. So I just did in vocab, did a simple review of FOIL, as you can see here, just to give students a refresher when they're looking at that. From that stage, it is a lot of the same type of stuff. I just felt keeping it simple for the student, use a lot of the same type of things, expanding, cross multiplying again, simplifying terms. It's a lot of the same type of concepts. To keep it relatively simple for students, it's stuff they can understand. It's stuff that they should know how to do at this point, I'm guessing. And then just gain everything over to one side so that we can get a 0 on one side, so that way we can simplify our left-hand side here at the end. Students should know how to factor this out. It's using an x squared and an x, saying each of these quantities equal to 0 once they have it all factored out. Is a good way for students to see. Obviously, if we're in 3 pieces, they should be able to realize each of these pieces is going to be set equal to 0 for us to find our solutions. So overall, I thought I could present it in a way that was not too difficult for students to understand, with stuff that they had been doing for a while and stuff that they do have a fairly good grasp on. So, and I did make a point here not to talk anything about dealing with when we had our quantity squared, why we might be possibly knocking out solutions. Students are going to be getting down to this point. They can just as easily go back and re-enter their x solutions into the equation and see if the two sides match up. So that was what I chose to do with that part, and I think students will keep that in mind, that they have to check their solutions once they get their solutions to see which ones check out. So that is why I did that.